Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life's relentless challenges, wishing you possessed an inner strength that simply refused to break? Imagine facing adversity not with dread, but with a calm, unshakable spirit. Today, we're diving deep into the ancient Stoic secret to forging incredible mental toughness, a timeless philosophy that teaches you how to cultivate an unstoppable resilience, transforming every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. This isn't just theory, it's a practical blueprint for an unshakable mind. Let's unlock this power together. At its heart, Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent. Instead, it's a profound practice of self-mastery, understanding where your true power lies. In a world brimming with external chaos and unpredictable events, the Stoics recognize that our greatest battlefield isn't outside, but within. It's a philosophy designed to build a robust inner fortress, making you impervious to the daily storms that would otherwise erode your peace and focus. This discipline is incredibly relevant in our fast-paced, often stressful, modern world. The core Stoic concept begins with a simple, yet revolutionary distinction, differentiating between what is within our control and what is not. Your judgments, your reactions, your attitudes, these are entirely yours to command. External events, the actions of others, your reputation, health, or wealth, these are ultimately indifferent, outside your sphere of direct influence. Mental toughness, then, starts with meticulously guarding this boundary, placing your energy only where it can truly affect change. Leading this charge was Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who also happened to be one of the most profound Stoic philosophers. Imagine the immense pressure of ruling the Roman Empire, navigating wars, plagues, and political intrigue, all while maintaining a diary of personal reflections that became the classic meditations. He wasn't just a leader. He was a philosopher king who embodied Stoic principles under extraordinary duress, offering us a window into unparalleled mental fortitude. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This isn't just poetic, it's a profound psychological truth. Your internal landscape, your emotional state, and ultimately your character are not passively shaped by external forces. Instead, they are actively painted and colored by the nature of your dominant thoughts. If you choose to dwell on negativity, pessimism, or fear, your entire being will reflect those hues. Consider this. Your perception isn't merely observing reality, it's actively constructing it. If your inner dialogue constantly fixates on what's wrong, what might go wrong, or what you lack, then your experience of the world will inevitably darken. You become prone to seeing problems everywhere, trapping yourself in a self-fulfilling prophecy of discontent. Your mind, being an incredibly powerful tool, will seek out evidence to confirm its prevailing patterns. Conversely, if you consciously cultivate thoughts of gratitude, acceptance, and purpose, your inner world begins to transform. This isn't about ignoring problems or denying reality, but rather about choosing your foundational mindset. You're not a victim of your thoughts. You are their architect. By directing your mental energy towards constructive, positive, and rational thinking, you empower yourself to perceive challenges as opportunities rather than insurmountable obstacles. Therefore, the first secret to mental toughness is realizing that your mind is the ultimate battleground, and you hold the brush. The resilience you seek isn't found in external circumstances changing. It's forged in the disciplined effort of controlling your internal narrative. You literally paint the canvas of your existence with every thought you entertain. Choosing wisdom and intention in your thinking becomes the cornerstone of an unshakable spirit. Building on a mastery of your thoughts, we next confront one of the greatest saboteurs of mental toughness, the unruly imagination. Often, our minds race ahead, conjuring elaborate scenarios of potential misfortune, suffering outcomes that never materialize. This constant mental time travel into a feared future is a pervasive source of anxiety and unhappiness, stealing our peace long before any real trouble arrives. This is precisely where the wisdom of Seneca becomes incredibly illuminating. Seneca, another towering figure in Stoic philosophy, was a Roman statesman, playwright, and essayist whose life was marked by both immense success and profound adversity. He experienced wealth and power, but also exile, political intrigue, and forced suicide under Emperor Nero. These intense personal struggles endowed his writings with a deep, practical understanding of human suffering and the psychological tools needed to overcome it, making his insights remarkably potent. Seneca famously declared, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about the profound truth in this simple statement. How many hours have you spent agonizing over a presentation, a difficult conversation, or a potential rejection, only to find the actual event was far less dreadful than your mind had constructed? Our capacity to envision future pain often surpasses the pain itself, making us victims of our own creative anxieties. Consider the common scenario of anticipating a job interview. You might spend days rehearsing answers, imagining difficult questions, picturing yourself fumbling words, and foreseeing inevitable failure. Your heart races, your stomach churns. Yet, when the actual interview arrives, it's often a professional, calm exchange. The suffering you experienced leading up to it was almost entirely self-inflicted, a product of your imagination running wild with negative possibilities. Another compelling example is relationship conflicts. Before a crucial discussion, we often replay past arguments, anticipate angry retorts, and mentally draft scathing comebacks. We build a wall of resentment and fear based entirely on an imagined future interaction, creating tension and emotional distance even before a single word is spoken. This suffering is not from the reality of the situation, but from the unbridled narrative within our own minds. Our primitive brains evolved to anticipate threats, a crucial mechanism for survival in a dangerous world. However, in modern life, this evolutionary trait often manifests as unproductive anxiety. We become expert at creating elaborate mental simulations of doom, generating stress hormones and emotional distress over events that may never occur, or that will be far less severe than what our minds have concocted. It's an ancient mechanism misfiring in a complex world. The Stoic antidote to this imaginative suffering is a practice called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This isn't about wallowing in negativity, but calmly and rationally considering potential difficulties. By mentally preparing for setbacks, by stripping away the fear of the unknown, you immunize yourself against its paralyzing effects. When you've already considered the worst-case scenario and how you might respond, it loses much of its power to cause distress. Having addressed the control of our thoughts and the taming of our imagination, we now turn to the ultimate test of resilience: how we respond to external challenges. It's one thing to philosophize in tranquil moments. It's quite another to maintain composure when life throws its toughest curveballs. This is where the profound wisdom of Epictetus, another cornerstone of Stoic thought, provides invaluable guidance on cultivating true mental toughness amidst adversity. Epictetus' story is particularly inspiring. Born into slavery and physically crippled, he rose to become one of the most influential Stoic teachers, emphasizing absolute control over one's inner life regardless of external circumstances. His teachings, captured in the Enchiridion, stress that true freedom lies not in what happens to you, but in how you choose to react. His life itself was a living testament to extraordinary resilience and personal agency. Epictetus delivered this powerful truth. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. This insight flips our conventional understanding of adversity on its head. We often feel like victims of our circumstances, believing challenges shape who we become. However, Epictetus suggests that hardship doesn't create your character. It merely exposes what was already present within you, bringing your true self into sharp relief. Think about a significant setback, a job loss, a personal betrayal, an unexpected illness, or a financial crisis. Your immediate reaction to these events is incredibly telling. Do you crumble into despair, blame others, or retreat? Or do you face the situation with a calm resolve, seeking solutions, adjusting your sails, and adapting to the new reality? The challenge itself doesn't define you. Your response to it does. It acts as an internal litmus test. This isn't about blaming yourself for the circumstances, but about taking radical ownership of your response. Adversity acts as a powerful mirror, reflecting your ingrained patterns, your hidden fears, and your untapped strengths. It shows you precisely where your mental fortitude truly stands, highlighting areas where you might need to cultivate more patience, courage, or adaptability. It's a brutal, yet honest, feedback mechanism for self-improvement. To apply this crucial Stoic lesson, practice mindful observation of your reactions when challenges inevitably arise. When you face an obstacle, pause and ask yourself, what is this revealing about my character? Am I reacting with fear, anger, or resignation, or with reason, calm, and determination? How can I choose a response that not only navigates this difficulty, but actively builds my resilience and strengthens my inner core? This intentional reflection is key. The Stoic secret to mental toughness is a powerful, integrated practice. It's about diligently controlling the color of your thoughts, actively conquering the imaginative fears that plague your mind, and consciously choosing your responses when circumstances reveal your character. This isn't a passive philosophy. It's a daily, active exercise in self-awareness and intentional living. You possess the innate capacity to forge an unshakable inner core, a resilience that will allow you to not just endure life's challenges, but to thrive amidst them. Embrace this ancient wisdom and transform your inner world.